that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. This prophecy speaks of the restoration of Israel in the last days, when Yahweh will establish his kingdom on earth. This is not a message of universal salvation for all nations, but rather the dominance of Israel over all the other nations, who will be subject to Israel's rule and governance. Verse 2. In the last days, the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established. The term mountain in Scripture often represents a government or a kingdom. Here, the prophecy states that in the last days, Yahweh's rulership, through Israel, will be firmly established as the greatest power on earth, above all other governments, symbolized by the hills. This aligns with Daniel 2:44, which prophesies, And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. This confirms that the coming kingdom belongs to Israel alone, and no other nation will rule in it, and all nations shall flow unto it. At first glance, some may think this means salvation is for all nations, but that is not the case. This verse refers to the heathen nations being subjected to Israel's rule, and coming to learn the laws of Yahweh, because Israel will be their ruling authority. This aligns with Isaiah 14:1-2, which states that Israel will possess the heathen as servants and handmaids in the kingdom. The nations will not be equals, but will be required to follow Israel's leadership under Yahweh's law. Verse 3. Many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh. After Israel is restored, the nations will no longer rule by their own laws, but will be forced to acknowledge the power of Yahweh and the authority of Israel. This is why they will come to learn from Zion, Israel, because all power will be given to the righteous nation. This is also prophesied in Zechariah 8:23. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, In those days it shall come to pass, that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh is with you. The heathen will acknowledge that Yahweh is only dealing with Israel, and will submit themselves under Israel's righteous rule. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. This confirms that Israel will be the ruling power in the earth, and Yahweh's laws will be the governing system over all people. This destroys the idea that grace removed the law, because in the kingdom the law will be fully enforced. This also aligns with Psalms 2:8-9, where Yahweh declares that Yahweh Shai will rule the nations with a rod of iron, meaning strict judgment under the laws of Israel. Conclusion. Isaiah 2:2-3 is a prophecy of Israel's rise to power in the kingdom of Yahweh. The other nations will be forced to acknowledge Israel's authority and will be governed by the laws of Yahweh from Jerusalem. This is not a message of equality, but of Israel's dominance and the heathens' submission. The true Israelites, the scattered descendants of the northern and southern kingdoms, will be restored to rulership, and the entire earth will be governed by Yahweh's commandments through them. This is why Yahweh Shai declared in Matthew 19:28, Ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. The rulership of the kingdom belongs exclusively to Israel. For the chosen of the Most High, who need to study to show